thank you guys all for being here. Like Kelly said, how do you share about a woman like Mom? As Uncle Mark was sharing, her brother, she started from really humble beginnings. Many of you might have known that. But until I saw a picture of that shack that they called a home, I didn't understand. One open room with a curtain separating where they had wake time and where they had sleep time. And she lived in that place till she was 14. And she was very open and freely shared with many of you, anytime she thought it would bless you or help you, about the abuse that was in that home from her father. All sorts of abuse that you could imagine. And how she'd be in a corner with her grandma's Bible in Spanish, reading it and just hanging out with Daddy God, because it was the only safe place. I don't want to get into detail there, but I bring it up because even early on, she forgave those that didn't ask for forgiveness, that didn't deserve forgiveness. She ran away from home, I don't know when, but her mom passed away when she was 17. And shortly after, she kind of led the charge as God opened up that divine appointment and ran away from home because home wasn't a safe place. And as was customary for her, she poured herself into relationships and poured herself into people. And there was a time, I remember she'd share with me pretty often, that she was giving herself for these relationships, but some of these relationships she was in at the time, they weren't life-giving, they were just taking, they weren't givers, they were taking from her. And it got to a point where I don't know if they misunderstood her love or something happened. And that moment in her life was an all-time low, and she felt like she had no love from anybody. And she's crying out to God, and she's saying, God, I want to end it all. She was so close to giving up her life because she was in so much pain. And she's crying out to God, I need love, I need love. And this is what he said to her. Give love. And she goes, what? Give love? I'm at the end of my rope and I'm needing love. And you're saying, give love? And once again, he said, give love. That marked my mom's life. Because this legacy of love was about that. It was about her giving love. There was a lot of seasons in my life just where things were tough. I try to keep people at a distance sometimes just because I didn't know how to get in touch with my heart, didn't know where I was at. She'd just come by, she'd just look me right in the eyes, and she said, Shawn, how are you? Instantly, she's looking right into my heart. It's a safe place, and I could just open up and talk. She didn't want to know the fluff. She'd listen, but she wanted your heart. She wanted to talk about what mattered. She wanted time just getting to love. I feel really blessed because I feel like I was very complete in my mother's love. Something about the way I don't know if it's her physical DNA, that part, or the spiritual DNA, but we got each other. I know my dad's unconditional love, but at times our communication wouldn't be perfect. Where my mom and I, we wouldn't have to talk. Just looking at her, she got me, I got her. And I remember in middle school, it was just some of my hardest challenges, some of the things that I was struggling with. You know, Michael's struggles were always kind of visual, they're always,
everyone knew what they were. Like, he was kind of above board, and, you know, like, she saw all the things, and they talked about it. Mine were always very hidden. And it's like I was like the good son that just everything seemed perfect, but deep down inside there was lots of struggles, and I didn't tell anyone about these. And until I got to this part where I just needed to talk to someone. And I remember going to my parents' room and just sharing with them about some of the stuff I was struggling with. There was no judgment. There was just love. And I knew right then and there in middle school that my mom loved me and that she would, it says love covers a multitude of sins. She knew how to forgive, she knew how to cover, she knew how to love. So I would say from that point on, I knew her love. And I've been complete in that love. Through high school, been complete in that love. College was complete in that love. And then I got to have the joy of watching her love on the ones I loved. Got to see her love on my Kelly, which she says was her Kelly first. That is true. And I remember taking kind of a step back and just letting her love on them, letting her love on my kids. And maybe across the room we'd look, just glance at each other, and it was just, Mom, I love you. She knew. So what would she say, and what would she want as her legacy to all of you? If she was here and she was talking to you, what would she say? She'd say, live without fear. Don't wait to get over your issues. Don't wait to get over your stuff. Just open up your heart. Don't close it up again. Self-awareness is overrated. It's about looking at other people. It's about being aware of other people. It's about seeing the people in the crowd, not looking past them. It's about knowing that you are sons and daughters of the living God. She showed the Father's heart. And that's what she would want each and every one of us to carry. She would want us the same exact thing that the Father said to her. Give love.